Hello everyone, I hope you had a great Halloween. And speaking of Halloween, the Halloween holiday shop has finally been released, and it includes a large variety of hats and melees, as well as the ever so infamous Diablo pistols, which in case you didn't know, every year gets a reskin. Sadly, this year we did not receive any flashy guns like last year's PGM 338, which was that really cool sniper that could turn into two pistols, so people were naturally disappointed that there wasn't anything like that this year. Well, at least not yet. Ever since the shop opened, players have been wondering about this really sketchy dungeon that came along with the shop. It doesn't seem to fit in, nor does it serve any purpose at the moment. You see, I asked player relations Frost about this dungeon, and he hinted towards something greater. He advised that we keep an eye on the global announcements, so this dungeon does seem to serve a purpose, or at least it will in the future. Anyways, until then I will totally forget that that place even exists, but I will keep you posted in case something does come up. Back to the shop, we received a great deal of melees and hats. For the melees, there's one that surprised me most. It's called the Devil's Capillary, and it seems to heal upon killing someone, an ability we've never seen before at a holiday shop. But also on top of that, it also heals by itself as well. There's also this heal staff which is really cool, and also a pumpkin rocket launcher. Wonder where they got that idea from. Moving over to the hats, there were two hats that really stuck out to me the most, which were the Frankenstein mask, which I bought, and the Scarecrow mask as well. The other hats were fine, but really not my cup of tea. Now, moving over to the Plasma Corp Halloween update, we have 8 different hats you can purchase. Technically 10, but one of them was a limited edition, and the other one you get from purchasing an item, which is the Magma Spellbook. The Magma Spellbook is one of the 3 melees this shop has to offer, and it is by far the coolest looking one, at least to me. The spellbook looks really nice and it packs a lot. It has an area of effect attack or AoE, 2 different melee abilities, and also a healing mode. So this is definitely the item that you'll be picking up if you really like well-made melees. But if you're more into guns, then you'll definitely be looking more into the Magma Blaze Spear and also the Magma Soul Hunter, both courtesy of yours truly. So let's get into the review. Starting with the Magma Blaze Spear, this item is in a league of its own. It deals 5 damage in perfect shape plus a burn effect, which already puts it above other shooting staffs such as Photon Staff, the Water Staff, and the Electric Staff as well. It holds a clip of 18 and the fire rate is really fast. All of its bullets are stacked, so every one of them will be dealing damage to your opponents, but it also doesn't have much range in the sense that it can't penetrate as many walls as most other guns in Era can. Instead of looking at this as a disadvantage, think of it as a rather beneficial trait, because a short range like this is really good for crowded events such as forts, where you constantly have enemies overlapping your character. The spear also comes with a dash mode, and it is important to mention that this is not a melee mode. With the dash mode, you only have 4 hits before it goes into a 10-second cooldown. The dash mode deals 15 damage, but I recently found that it has a chance to deal a whopping 30 damage in one hit. This happens because the game separates the dash into 2 different attacks, one being the little spin the spear does before thrusting forward, and the other being the actual dash that follows it. So if someone happens to be caught in the middle of both of these, they will be dealt 30 damage instead. It is very rare for this to happen though, but I feel like it is worth mentioning. Oh, and speaking of traits, the spear can also crush doors in just one hit. Moving over to the Magma Soul Hunter, you're looking at an 11 damage fast rifle with a clip of 14 bullets. The first mode is stacked, so the gun will be really good for player killing activities such as PKing and forting. It has a very moderate freeze, so this is also a gun I would take to spar. Something interesting that I noticed is that the first mode felt almost identical to an unsuppressed SLH-46, with the only difference being the clip size. So now you have that as a reference. The Magma Soul Hunter also comes with a secondary mode, which is a flamethrower mode that deals 14 damage plus the antimatter burn effect, which deals damage over time. The secondary mode has a clip of 4, and I do have to warn you about the reload. Now, I know that with the Soul Hunter and the Blaze Spear, you're probably asking which is better, but in my opinion, I just feel like there are different categories of guns, so there isn't a solid answer to that question. One might be better for some things and the other one might be better for others. I would just recommend that you just trust what you've seen on this video and just go for whatever item you like the most. Anyways, this has been all for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again on the next video. Bye bye!